Hey there, I'm Andy, David's son. It just seemed really hard to speak at these things, so I thought I might utilise modern technology and record what I wanted to say about my dad. He was the most wonderful father John and I could have ever asked for. While we probably tried his patience on occasions, bickering about something ridiculous or other, he was always there to give us his help, advice, and support, which will now be so sorely missed. As his sons, we're going to miss him desperately, of course, but after a short while, I began to look around and realise just how positive his life really was. For as well as giving us so much, there were so many others whose lives he'd influenced in such a positive manner, I wouldn't really know where to begin. This really came home to me after looking at the wonderful Facebook page you set up to share your memories of David. The comments on there were really heartwarming, and it also made me laugh out loud on many occasions. I was just so pleased to hear how much of a part he had played in your lives. So what came across in reading them was, as well as his obvious contributions to the world of music, was he was just as well remembered for his mischievous grin and the love of a good cake. I was also amused to find out about the legendary 2 alternating blue coats he wore, the changing of which could be used to mark the winter and summer solstices. But the thing that came across strongest was you all loved his amusing stories. A brief snapshot of these would include things like managing to live off a single cabbage for a whole week while in university, being chased around the garden by a firework which eventually jumped into his back pocket, his quite surprising time as a bouncer at a Cardiff nightclub. In particular, he would mention the lady bouncer who would break up fights in the toilets with the chair leg, having to source a cheese sandwich from Joe Previn in the middle of the night, his friend offering his services as an escort to Martha Argerich, appearing on TV as a singing baby in a pram, and my personal favourite, going to the toilet on the train after a large farmer, and upon entering, finding a poo the size of a large snake, and then running away quickly so no one thought it was his. At this time, I know my dad wouldn't want you to be sad, but to remember the good times and fond memories in your lives he was able to be part of. I think he'd figured life out, really. It's all about playing a beautiful tune, and we'll remember his music forever.